Hi, this is Saint Jerome of Crypto Experiences bringing you yet another crypto experience. And this is about that Bitcoin is now sharing legal tender in El Salvador. And what an appropriate time. New Year's Eve is today. So it's December 31st, 2021. Looking forward to a new year. Well, I'm going to read a little bit of Wikipedia and how this came about. So on June 9th of this year, 2021, the Legislative Assembly of El Salvador adopted a bill for the adoption of Bitcoin with a majority vote of 62 of the 84 deputies in favor, making this Central American country, the first nation in the world to adopt Bitcoin as legal tender. President of El Salvador, Nayib Bukele, explained that the new law would make it easier for Salvadorans living abroad to send remittances to their relatives in the country, an economic activity that accounts for around 1/5 of the nation's GDP. Well, this is just brilliant. First of all, they had trouble with their own currency, and so they adopted the US dollar. So they did not even have a native currency at this time anyway. I think that happened about 2015 or so. Now, this Nayib Bukele, who is the president of El Salvador, previously was the mayor of San Salvador. Well, and I was looking at the map of El Salvador and going, wow, San Salvador is so big compared to the rest of the country. That's almost like half a president already. So he was a very popular president, very young man. I believe he's 40. So he's very young and very innovative in the way he's trying to bring his country um, help the poor people, is really helping the poor people of the country. So I'm going to read a little bit more Wikipedia here. Bukele stated that approximately 70% of the Salvadoran population does not have a bank account, and Bitcoin technology would benefit citizens by sending money from their cell phones without opening a bank account, adding that Bitcoin has a market cap of $680 billion, and if 1% of it is invested in El Salvador, that would increase our GDP by 25%. Well, there's mixed reviews coming in, but I believe it's been pretty successful. I believe they had in El Zonte, which is a surfers beach in El Salvador on the west side, of course. Um, they've had Bitcoin experiment there for I think approximately 3 years already, and an American gifted them about 5 or 6 Bitcoins. I think it was 6 Bitcoins to get the project rolling. Well, 6 Bitcoins at around $40,000-$50,000. That's a good start. So pretty much all the vendors in El Sonte, all the stores, all the bars, all the restaurants will take a form of Bitcoin. Now, a couple people that were podcasters say, "Oh, I'm going to go to Bitcoin Beach. I'm going to go to El Salvador and live for 3 days on Bitcoin." And they get there, they got frustrated, and they end up spending cash. A lot of them. Well, they were mad, or upset, but it's kind of ridiculous because um, using Bitcoin in any manner is what this is all about. And so they had their own app they use there on the beach called Bitcoin Beach. And if you have the Bitcoin Beach app, you can send Bitcoin to another wallet in Bitcoin Beach, and it's legit. And that person gets that Bitcoin. Now you're not, I don't think you're connected so much to the outside world, but there are ways to send that money on. Um, I know one man. I don't know what job he had. I think he's a local vendor there on the street. I think he's a street vendor. He was saying in El Sonte that before, when he had to pay his electric bill, he had to take an hour bus ride into a town with a bank. Then he had to wait in line for about an hour to pay his bill. Then he had to ride to the bus back to his town. And now, since it's legal tender in the country, he just has to send a QR code to that bank or to the bank or to the electric company, and bam, that's paid. And so it takes him like 10 seconds now. Wow, that's a big change in the guy's life. Plus, in the meantime, during the time period they have been in Bitcoin, Bitcoin's gone up for them. Now it's fluctuated quite a bit recently, as high as 64, 65,000, and now it's, I think today is about 47, 46,000. So, but it does kind of force the El Salvadorans into a bit of savings, which is unique, because before a lot of people would go and they had cash, they would spend the cash and slip out of the hand. But now they have this wallet and they can see it, and it's increasing, and they go, "Oh, wow, that's good." Um, there's a local contractor that was interviewed in El Sonte, and he employed 20 employees, and he paid them all in Bitcoin. I'm going to bring up a picture of El Zonte now. So here is a picture of El Zonte. Now, this is an ideal spot because some of it looks a little bit rough, but this is a very nice little image here. One thing that's unique about this beach is it has black sand, which that's pretty cool. And some parts of the beach are actually pretty rocky, I noticed, and people walking on the beach, and it's kind of tough. But it's a very beautiful spot, though, indeed. So they use that at Bitcoin Beach up and down the beach here, and they pay all these different vendors. They sell them mayusa, which is it's not a taco. It's kind of like a gyro, kind of a tortilla, but it's smaller. And then they stuff it. I saw them with the beans and cheese. You can probably put chicken or something in it too. And then they had a form of cabbage that they put on top of it as a kind of tradition. And they sell something like that right on the beach, or any kind of drink. Fan of orange pop. I'm not placing any a company, but I saw one of those there. You can do that. You can buy a beer. You can buy a room. So that's pretty neat that you're able to do all that. Now, it's not just the Bitcoin Beach app that you can use in that area, but you can also use Strike. I'm not real familiar with Strike. I have been playing around with it a little bit lately, but in Strike, you can pay in fiat, it looks like, or in Bitcoin. So it's perfect for them because they can transfer between fiat and Bitcoin there and be able to make their trades. Now, they've been going about 3 years, and I don't know how many ATMs they have in town. They have at least one ATM, and there are a lot of ATMs now in El Salvador. Their wallet that's national is called El Chivo. And so they have El Chivo ATMs, but also I think a company called Athena has quite a few ATMs in that country too. So you'll see a lot of people get paid in Bitcoin and then they'll go in cash because there's still a lot of people like to carry the cash around. I don't blame them. But wow, in a short amount of time, we read earlier that 70% of the El Salvadorans were not banked. Well, now I've heard lately, I believe the number of those that have at least a wallet in Bitcoin is 4 million. So that is a great increase, more than double the previously banked. So that's a form of a bank, and that's pretty neat that they're able to do that. So I'm going to pull up another picture here. So here's a picture of an actual ATM. I'm not sure which town in, but this is very typical, which you'll see a little station. And I see some treats behind the lady showing how to use the Bitcoin ATM. So it looks by necessity that pretty much all of these ATMs are going to give cash. Now in the United States, it's a small percentage of the Bitcoin ATMs will actually give you cash. Most are buy only, but the ATMs, even in the United States, are becoming so prolific now that there's enough in your area you can go and get cash. I have several in my area in Illinois that I can go and get cash now if I wish. So here's a picture of the Athena machine. Those are quite popular, I saw, along with the native one, which is Chivo. So she's getting ready to use Bitcoin. So wow, that lady is now, if she was unbanked before, she is now banked. So here are several Chivo ATMs that are ready to go, and they have little kiosks set up around the countries where people can come in and cash out their Bitcoin if they wish, or deposit Bitcoin, or just do whatever they want to do. And I noticed that a couple of them that I saw on documentaries were a little bit bigger, that they're bigger than the ATM, and there's like a little office in there, and then there's a person to help explain how to use the Chivo. I'm not sure if that's everywhere, but at least it was where I was looking at the documentary. So I'll get out of the picture for a second. And there you see the ATM. So I've used ATMs a couple times just for fun, kind of figure them out, and it worked well. A little bit of procedure in the United States, the ones I came to, you had to print out a QR code, and then you had to get the cash, and then you had to do the transaction with that printed piece of paper. Probably an easier way to do it, but that's the way I did. I think it was a coin flip ATM, and that was about 2 years ago, so the technology may be better by now. So here is the map of El Salvador, and I'll get out of the way, and you can see that's in Central America. It's right between Guatemala and Honduras. So one thing that's really nice about El Salvador is it's got a big coastline. Um, there's several businesses that are looking, Bitcoin businesses are looking to come to El Salvador because they have offered an amazing deal. And I'm going to talk about the amazing deal here. First of all, the President Nayib Bukele has plans, and they're going ahead with them, of making Bitcoin City. And in Bitcoin City, all the commerce is going to be in Bitcoin, and it's going to be powered by, believe this or not, an active volcano. And the active volcano is going to run the electricity, and they're going to be mining their own Bitcoin. And anybody who comes in and brings a business into Bitcoin City will pay zero taxes except for a VAT tax. So no property tax, no capital gains, no income tax. Wow, what a great haven for a foreign investor with Bitcoin. Some Americano, come down here and bring some Bitcoin down here. And it sounds pretty interesting. I've seen designs where they had a circular plaza and it was in the shape of a Bitcoin. So I'm not sure how that's all going to go, but they made something very unique to finance it. They have Bitcoin bonds, and those Bitcoin bonds are going to pay 6%, but also it's and they're going to, I can't remember the rate they're going to pay them back, but also as the Bitcoin increases, the value of your investment can increase also. So it's kind of a win-win for everybody there. And lately, Bitcoin took a dip, and the president bought more Bitcoin. So I think that's pretty smart. He seems like a pretty smart guy. And for us crypto people, keep it up. So here is the president himself before a Bitcoin convention. I'm not sure if it's the one in Miami or not, but look at this. Bitcoin is legal tender in Bitcoin City. 0% income tax, 0% capital gains tax, 0% property tax, 0 payroll tax, 0 municipal taxes, and 0 carbon dioxide emissions. Just a VAT tax, value added tax, when you make a purchase. So now in El Salvador, along the street vendors and everywhere, you're going to see these signs: Paga aquí con Bitcoin, pay here with Bitcoin. Looks like they're selling different kind of vegetables and fruit. So that's pretty amazing, that that kind of mass adoption already. Here's another picture at Bitcoin Beach, and you see it's a little stand probably selling drinks, and it says, aceptamos Bitcoin. We accept Bitcoin here. So, and they got the Bitcoin Beach app and sign underneath the big Bitcoin signs, the Bitcoin Beach, and that's the app that these people are probably using there. So to recap, here's a newspaper from that next day. Asamblea aprueba la ley Bitcoin. The assembly approves the Bitcoin law. La criptomoneda tendrá curso legal en el país. The cryptocurrency will have legal course or legal tender in the country. El BCR reafirma solidez el uso del dólar. And also their Congress there reaffirms their use of the dollar. So there you go. There is a headline the next day. And here's President Bukele showing before his assembly that every citizen in the country is going to get $30 to download the wallet. I thought that was brilliant. That what a way to get everybody on there, and that you can't complain when you're getting some free money. So maybe some of them just spent the money and that was it, but he got it going. So here he is showing them the amount. So, although there's quite a few dissenters, here is a picture of the president with his laser crypto eyes. So, a real future seeker and a man trying really hard to help his native country come out of the poverty they're in and be able to bank the unbanked. And I think it's a wonderful try, and I think it will be successful. It looks like he's going to do well, and maybe one day he'll get his Bitcoin city, hopefully soon. So as I finish up this podcast, if you have any questions or comments, just please leave them below. I'm on YouTube. I'm on BitChute. I'm on Huge TV. Have my own Patreon page called patreon.com/Saintjerome. And I'm also on Library and Rumble. Rumble's a little hard to upload to. It takes quite a while, and sometimes they don't quite get through. But I've got my last couple of videos up on Rumble. So I'm a Ballet affiliate, and so if you're interested in a safe place to store your cryptocurrency, a Ballet wallet's a really neat option. It's a hard wallet, and it's made out, it looks like kind of like a credit card. It's made out of steel for most of them, and your public codes on the outside, and inside of the sticker is your private key. Now, there's a lot more to it than that, but my affiliate link will be down below, and if you do go look, I'll get a little credit for you looking, and if you do go look and buy, then I'll get a little bit more credit. And I'm going to put some more links up in my future videos of different ways you can earn a little money in crypto. For example, if you join Coinbase and use a link that I provide, you'll get $10 when you deposit your first 100. And there's a lot of things like that. Lolli is a shopping app, and if you use Lolli, they'll give you a kickback in Bitcoin, and sometimes it's as high as 13% of the purchase, depending on what it is. And even like Cabela's, it can vary between 7 or 8% of your purchase back in Bitcoin. So that's pretty neat. I used Lolli a couple of years ago, and when I left, I had $50 in it, and I came back after Bitcoin gone up. I was like, whoa, that was $150. So free money. I like that. Please hit like and subscribe below. That'll help me out. I want to try to build my viewing base. And I thank you very much for watching today. And I'm just curious that if we will get the Bitcoin city we see below. Probably not quite like that. All right. See you later on the next podcast. Bye.